that has many opportunities in terms of challenges and problems. So for us as entrepreneurs, we look at challenges and problems. For us, that is an opportunity to solve a problem. So knowing that technology is taking over and it's we have to digitalize almost everything. Coding is technology. Every technology that exists, its foundation is coding. So for us as a mindset, what are we doing? We want to give these skills to not only play with technology, to not only understand technology, but create it. Now they create it as business people. How are we going to use technology to make our businesses thrive, flourish, and make sales? We need the coding person, the person who understands this skill, the person who will come to your business. You'll consult, how do I put my business online? How do I automate my different services that I offer it into how am I going to create a robot that will make my life easier? So there's so many opportunities for us to innovate and invent using technology. Robotics is part of the fourth industrial revolution. We have Internet of Things. We have, like you said, blockchain. We have virtual reality and augmented reality. So all these are programs. They are technologies that need to be programmed in that process called coding. I believe that it's not a skill that you have to go for an entrepreneur, but as an entrepreneur, you need to be informed, because that in itself, you as an entrepreneur, you need to be ahead. What is trending? What is the thing right now for businesses in my field? What am I supposed to do to be at top of the game? So if technology is the thing that is trending right now, how are you going to be in the thing that is trending? Yes. As for me personally, what I have really put my mind on this year is to innovate as a business, innovate as a team, innovate as a country. So for any business, the only way you can stand out is how impressive is your innovation. How has it solved a problem in a way that no one could have ever thought of it that way? For me, I believe in the power of innovation, which comes from the mind. And the only way you can become innovative is to work on your mindset. A positive mindset and the right attitude will get you where you want to go. Yeah.
All right. So technology, if we are to talk about technology in this era,
it is very important.
Okay.
Technology is very important in this era, and you see it has transformed a lot of people. It has transformed a lot of business. Let be selling online, let be conducting business, let be even self-coordination. You see, handling clients is very important. But then, how do you make sure you know that what Joram is thinking? So right now, I can simply go on Google and type in who is Joram. I get to know who you are, and I get to know your profile, what you probably like. I get to know if I am into fashion. I get to know Joram's blazers that you put on every single day, the fashion. And then when I am coming to know to you, Joram, did you know that I may not have even to ask you what do you like, because I already know the person I'm going to interact with. So that is why I can say for this era, it is shaping a number of businesses actually to take a step ahead prior clients engagement.
Okay, and business-wise, technology with this transition of post-COVID and settling up with the post-COVID is that we all have to make good use of the technology space or the digital space, and by utilizing it so is by making sure that you have relevant information, reliable information on how to use, how to effectively use, and how to make good use of technology, because with technology it comes with a lot of risks attached, more so when you look at situations to do with business wise. If you're saving your business details via a technology platform, or let's say a digital platform, the chances of actually hacking into them is very easy if at all you don't have strong passwords. but then also technology-wise, in terms of running or facilitating business, how are we able
you
to
can
use
have strong
technology
passwords,
to make
but
good
again,
use
what
of business?
kind of technology are you using? There are quite a number, and we're speaking about softwares, we're speaking a number of innovations that have come along. Now there is, Bitcoin, there is a lot trading, stocks, everything that has got, money entities. But if you do not have a platform that is very trustworthy, on which that kind of money you're making, that kind of thing you trust sits on, definitely you're at risk of being hacked too, and you're at risk of insecurities. But with that said, I can conclusively say that technology and digitalization, if you're not included there, it's high time you do, especially for those of you who would want to join the business community.
And yes, it is very vital for the business community to get good use of technology. Tap into technology space, digital space. Make sure you have people who are skilled. Now, currently, when you look at almost every institution or any private institution, even government, there is always a technician, be it IT or anything, but all that shapes you into technology and how business
But
is now
they have been
transitioning.
there, but they were doing analog things. But right now they're digitalized. So that's the very crucial part. How digitalized are you? What kind of tools right now are you using? Companies, what kind of adoptions are you doing? Are you still using analog ones? Because that will again drive you to analog business, and you will be doing business the way it might not be effective. And then remember the competition you're in. So you should always consider competition and how effectively you're going to make sure
Beating up your competitor means a lot more. And for anyone out there, I believe we can all agree that with business, when it comes to business, you always have to be more competitive, because it is actually providing room for almost everyone to take part, not only you, so any other person can still come into and make more out of it. Well, let us conclude this particular segment by going back to a little bit of the online stories, as well as the press review. Try to understand which is making headlines from that said matter. Well, before we actually went on air, there were some details regarding government suspending the link buses ever since the other accident that happened and took quite a number of lives. Just previously,
20 people instantly were claimed, and a number are still dying in different hospitals they're in now. But from the last update I had, the ministry suspended some operations so that the bus authorities can first fix their problems internally and then get back on the road, because you carry a lot of lives, and then it is very risky if at all you're not at high maintenance strategy.
And of course, here with the Daily Monitor highlighting that environmental protection should be a priority at every oil phase, as according to details coming in from there, reveal that a lot has been said since the announcement of the final investment decision. A flagship phase for fast oil expected by 2025, as a section of Ugandans in both mainstream and social media have come out to raise environmental and social concerns, with some suggesting that by the time Uganda starts production, oil and gas will have no value because of the shift from oil and gas to renewable energy. This gives the impression that the oil journey is progressing in disregard of environmental and social protection plus global energy transition. Then there appears to be an agenda of environmental fashion, which is driven by some environmental activists, which does not consider the uniqueness of developing countries such as Uganda and Africa in general, and lacks a clear understanding of Uganda Oil's journey to debt. Therefore, situations to do with environmental protection have been highlighted greatly as a protection priority at every oil phase in the country.
Okay, then. And it's very important to keep the environment protected and very well equipped for unnecessary pollution still being filtered out. Joram, I remember we agreed I'm going to come and we're speaking about agriculture sometimes.
Exactly. I wanted you to sum up with that.
You wanted to ask me something?
I wanted to know for the viewer if you've done agriculture, have you been a farmer before? Because you were giving in your highlight, as I was actually saying that people who actually who can get in a lot of funds and push it into their farms and all that.
And agriculture does not need you to have a lot of funds. as long as you are passionate about the sector, as long as you know what you want to grow and what kind of season. So it's best, what kind of resources do you have? Are you considering labor into what you're going to do, or it's you and your family generally to do that? And then you look at the seasons. And the season, of course, comes along with what you're going to grow or plant. That means you have to consider, after that, then consider the policies and then market in the country that you are trying to look forward to. Are you planting for just home? We don't call that even commercial farming or agriculture. That is is it called something farming?
Subsistence.
Yes, whereby it's just for a home consumption and you're just planting to go and eat with your family, and you never know. It's basically that. But if you want commercial farming, you want to go out there and sell produce at the end of the day, you need to consider the market, you need to consider policies, you need to consider the labor, and then the season and what is on demand right now. You have to look at what is on demand. You cannot just go and start growing millet right now, and who is wanting millet at this time. So right now you look at things that are going to keep sustainability of home and consumption. But I still believe that everything in agriculture is wanted for consumption. So never be limited. Most especially you need to do research, because it's very important. You don't just start something that you have no idea about. Even when you're passionate about something, there are things that you do not know in that particular field. So it's important to do research, because research will help you to avoid pest control. It will help you in planning for pest control strategies of maintenance in your gardens. Then you're good to go.
Well,